So what's next on the product roadmap? You shared with us like a brand new feature that you're releasing. So what's the next thing that you guys are working on, and where you want to take it?
Yeah, so there's a lot of work to be done. I think when I was showing that AI snippet demo, there's not a whole lot of flexibility there, or there's a lot of prompt engineering and actually like ways that we can help AI be more of a actual assistant that you can use at scale. And so we're doing a lot of more investment there. Like I think we're at a good start, but things like researching the accounts, like ingesting as many signals as possible and like letting AI do that, like powering that AI model to do more of that work to help all go to market teams do less like tedious work and do the work that's more like the hard human part of selling. So we're going to be investing a good amount there. And then we've quickly built all these different signals and like we're not like we're running out of different signal point solutions to knock down, but like with this last one, we're like pretty far along, and I think we're going to go back to now making the product even more performance, investing in some tech debt, and so that we can provide the best user experience possible, and then also in more integrations. Like one of the things I learned that segment is that the more integrations and more sources you can capture, the bigger the moat you have is. So I think we'll just be prioritizing those other integrations for signal capture across any part of the internet where there's data that's capturable via API. Like that's kind of our vision of where we'll pull signal from if it's useful for go-to-market teams. So
Yeah, Segment is certainly very good at that. And it seems like you guys are too, with how many integrations you've built in a pretty short period of time, which is awesome. I think something I'm curious about in terms of like roadmap and future and AI is one of the things you mentioned often the intent or the score that like an ABM platform or something else is prescribing to an account is secret sauce, like black box. That's like the thing that they're selling. And what I think you showed us that's great is like you can kind of set that score yourself, but
mhm.
also that is maybe challenging for teams to do. Like, what is it? I mean, they might know their high level ICP, but how do they get into all these details? And I'm curious if you'll actually start to provide analytics that like reviews Salesforce or HubSpot or whatever CRM data and close one accounts and start prescribing like, here's who you should focus on, or maybe you already
Yeah,
do that.
we actually do that, but we do it at a tier that is a little bit more pricey, and that's because it's like our enterprise tier. And the reason we do that, it's like machine learning based scoring. And there's like a bunch of compute that needs to happen there. And you also need to be at a tier where you have a bunch of data, like your sales team sending out all these emails, you're reporting back the opportunities being created and close one deals. And so people who want that or need that have a lot of data and they just are like, okay, let me just throw a bunch of data at you. And then your machine learning can figure out how to score this the right way. So we have both versions where it's like the version that I kind of showed, which is like, do this yourself like you would with like a scoring marketing automation platform. And then
Yeah.
there's also the version of like throw all the data at it and let AI, it's really machine learning, not AI, but like let machine learning do the work for you. It'll surface the leads or accounts that are the best ones to go after. And then the other thing that I don't know if you caught it in the demo, but if you hover over the score, it's not a black box. It tells you like, okay, here's all the things that we identified that are feeding that score. And that works for both the version that I showed and also the machine learning version.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah, it's very nascent. Like, there's not a lot of people doing that advanced stuff yet. But the end state or the end world is just like, okay, we don't know what signals are going to work. Let's just capture everything. And then based on like our performance of our pipeline and funnel, we'll figure out like these are the signals that are the ones that really matter or the combination of signals that matter and score the leads accordingly. And then just surface up all these best leads and best accounts to reps. And then maybe AI can also just take those signals and be like, okay, here's what message you need to say. And then, maybe at that point we're in full automation mode. I don't know.
Yeah, and if compute continues to decrease in cost.
And we need to keep our cogs down at the same time.